Greetings adventurers and welcome to the Loot Goblin Marketplace. Today's video is a very special one for me because it actually marks the 10-year anniversary of this legendary Greentext collection. Without further delay, let's jump into the story of Krod, the Angry Carpenter, written by the legend himself, Scribe Killjoy. This was a wrap-up for a module we were playing, but I had fun the whole way. I played Krod, the half-orc rogue, with a flail, because in Pathfinder, just about any weapon can get sneak attack damage. Krod is over 7 feet tall and speaks in the third person whenever he thinks someone is watching. Said to the paladin, "Krod suggests you look other way while shopping." He wasn't dumb, but people never expect the idiot to be running a crime ring. Krod was a good stealth guy, but he shined in intimidation, plus 13 at level 3. This made for great moments as the game went on. The first time he was sneaking around, I fumbled his stealth roll. I looked at the GM. Krod rears up and screams at top of his lungs, "You know see Krod." I critted the roll. According to the GM, I stunned all the goblins there except for one who immediately went back to doing what he was doing previously and desperately tried to pretend I was not there. That was Krod. One of his quotes was, "Only 2 things see Krod, dead things and things that know better than to admit it." So at the end of a module, my group is breaking up a local cult and we got caught in the middle of leadership while trying to steal incriminating documents. So we fight and against all odds defeat the leadership and their mask, Golem. It helped when Krod kneecapped it with a sneak attack with this two-handed flail. Krod's standing over the cult leader and the guy gives his big bad evil guy last words. Big bad evil guy: "I should have known you were unbelievers from the start." Krod shrugs. Krod always considers self-militant agnostic. Krod never really know what to believe, hefts flail. "And he is very frustrated with that." Crunch. Good old Krod. Oh, Krod had a lot of fun in a short set of campaigns. At one point, Krod is hanging with his group as we travel by the river. When the GM notes we are passing another boat, he asks us where we were. I said Krod was in the crow's nest. GM, the boat is too small, there is no crow's nest. Me, he built one. GM, he can't build a crow's nest. Me, I haven't chosen a craft skill yet. Krod is carpenter in free time. He enjoy working with hands in a way that doesn't require he put down tarp. GM, sigh. You have no tools. Me. Krod glares at some spare planks and they know better than to not be a crow's nest. I roll to intimidate the wood. GM. Roll for it. Krod now has the craft skill, Angry Carpenter. Still one of my favorite moments was when I had to ad-lib a distraction. The group had infiltrated the earlier mentioned cult and was being processed. Our mage went to sneak off to check on some enchantment or another and I volunteered to keep their attention. The GM smirks and says, "Okay, what do you do?" Me, Krod tells an entertaining story to distract the acolytes. GM, okay, tell me a story, no roll, tell me the story. Challenge accepted. Me, okay, Krod gets them talking about themselves and eventually says, "Krod had lots of jobs before coming here. Bouncer, bodyguard, gigolo, city guard." GM, gigolo. Me nods. Yup, Krod was kept man for noble lady. She get off on Krod not being fancy. Krod had to quit though. GM, one of the acolytes says, "Why did you quit?" Me, fancy pants suitor get mad at Krod for taking his woman. Challenge Krod to duel, then Krod kill him. GM, and she kicked you out? Me, no, noble lady get off on that too, police get real mad though. GM, but duels are legal. Me, yes, but only if you kill men during the duel. GM, you killed him outside of the duel? Me, fancy pants tell Krod to choose weapon. Krod choose surprise. Okay, but I only have 1 or 2 left and I'm not sure I can top the duel. The group has collected some incriminating evidence and returned to town. They've spent the last 2 weeks going through the cult boot camp and now they're in a bar. While the group leader finds the police chief, we order food and Krod finds a wench and proceeds to woo her in the third person. One of our group, a cat girl type thing, is approached by a waitress who proceeds to pull from her sleeve a live rat, much to the joy of the cat girl. Cat girl, I love the service here. Me, Krod respects service, but worry for kitchen. The leader comes back and tells us we need more evidence. We have to sneak back into the cult compound before we are found missing. The group isn't thrilled, especially Krod. Me, lip quiver. But Krod have wench. Krod cannot leave wench. Leader, you've got 20 minutes. Me, Krod looks offended. Krod many things, but Krod gentleman. He need more time than that. Leader, you've got 20 minutes. Me, Krod rolls to intimidate the space-time GM, no he doesn't. Catgirl, you roll to intimidate her to finish quicker. Me, Krod never bring work to bedroom. He treat wench like beautiful flower she is when Krod beds her. GM, she thanks you for that. Me, shut up wench, Krod talking. Leader, sigh, 40 minutes. Me, Krod rolls for acrobatics. GM, like hell. Me, boom, nat 20. GM, god damn it. I haven't been signing my name like an idiot. Ah well, here's Krod's last story. Krod had a merry time at the cult. The first time Krod talks out of line, the GM says, your instructor bops you in the head saying no talking. Me, Krod very slowly turns and glares a hole in the man. Bop Krod again. I roll intimidation. 19 plus 13 equals 32. Krod is level 3 at the time. GM, he never makes eye contact with you again. Ah, but Krod was not always so lucky. At one point he elected to map out the compound and sneak to the top floor in disguise. He gets up the stairs and a pair of magic doors stop him. GM, the doors are 12 feet tall and engraved with scenes of decadence in many forms from orgies to feasts. Me, Krod is struggling to remember why he is against this holy place. Problem, Krod kind of forgot to put a lot of points in picklock. He's average at best, and he rolls shit. He gets frustrated after getting hit with an ice blast twice in the face. Me, stupid enchanted portway, why you taunt Krod? GM, the silver doors do not reply. Me, wait, the doors are made of silver? Catgirl, they're silver plated, right? GM, the module just says silver. Me, okay. Krod rolls to pocket the doors. GM, no. Me, I'm not leaving without these. GM, how are you gonna hide 12-foot doors? Me, Krod's wearing robes and he has a skill for holdout or whatever. GM, no. Me, Krod rolls Angry Carpenter on the doors. GM, they're made out of silver. Angry Carpenter only intimidates wood. Me, damn, that's true. Well, I can't get them open. We'll settle this later. So Krod leaves ejected but not beaten. Multiple sessions later, we clear out the leadership of the cult and the group knows we're done. The GM is moving and this is a nice stopping point, as we're cleaning up the bodies and I remember the accursed doors. Me, hey wizard, I need your help. Help disenchant the doors, we're stealing these. GM, you won't let this go, will you? Me, no. Krod never leave job half done, wenches half loved, or stuff half stolen. It's a matter of pride at this point. Catgirl, and gambling debts. Me, Krod nods. That too. GM, fine. But you get those doors on a natural 20, and you get them past the guards in town on the same. You know, I don't recall the name of the class that gives himself and teammates luck bonus, but with this help and a poorly worded module, well, Krod retired a happy orc. And that's the story of good old Krod. These stories have so many good moments, and I even see in the comment section every once in a while whenever I have a character that rolls to intimidate for their stealth check. This is the story I think of. This is actually a story I've been waiting to do for a while, but when I started my channel in January and I saw it was so close to the 10-year mark, I thought it'd be perfect to drop it today. Thank you all for stopping by and living this great moment in Dungeons & Dragons history. If you have any classic D&D Greentext or just stories from Dungeons & Dragons that you want to hear me read, feel free to go on Discord, link to the story in question, and I'm going to try to get to a lot of these classics. I've done stuff like Sir Barrington, now I've done Krod, and I have a lot more coming down the pipeline. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video so you'll be around for the next one. And farewell for now.